Beto O'Rourke, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Governor Blackface, Nancy Pelosi. Friends, it's funny to watch. Do you know that the Democrat Party is in a meltdown? I'm Randall Terry. This is Voice of Resistance. Now, what I'm going to try and do is show you the various things that are going on inside the Democrat Party and to explain to you why this means a meltdown. And also, I want any of you who might be interested in running for the U.S. House or the U.S. Senate, especially the House seat currently held by AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, I want you to contact me, okay? Because we've got some plans that we're developing that might involve you. You have to be willing, you have to be courageous, and you have to be willing to have your face on an ad that says, I'm Sandy Smith and I approve this message. Or I'm Joe Jones and I approve this message. Whatever it is. Your name, that is. All right. Let's go back. Let's start with Beto O'Rourke. Beto O'Rourke. So before I even started the show, I keep hearing him called Beto. I don't even know what the man's name. Evidently, it's short for Roberto. And I saw a clip of him saying his name, Beto O'Rourke. He kind of blends the two O's together. So I'll do my best over the coming months to cover him. Now, I'm laughing because right off the bat, he got trounced by Ted Cruz. But because he's a millionaire, because he's young, because he can jump up on counters, because he's having these self-actualization moments where he feels the energy pulsing through him, I apologize. He's already being touted by the left media, the main fake news, as a potential candidate to beat Trump. But guess what? The left wing of the party, the active part of the Democrat Party, has become so maniacal and has so many litmus tests that the problem with him is he's too nice and he apologizes too quickly. And he's going to keep on failing the litmus tests. For example, you might have heard that when he was on the campaign trail in Iowa, he said, my wife and I have 3 children. She raises them mostly with my help once in a while. Haha, gets a joke. Because those of us who have a husband and a wife, a daddy and a mommy, and children in a house recognize that usually, for the most part, it's very common, it's the way it's been for thousands of years, mommy is more at home with the children, daddy is working to provide for the family. That's the way God wants it. That's the way God planned it to be. Well, he made the joke, and the left-wing feminist lunatics started complaining. And guess what he did? He apologized. Now, did you ever hear Donald Trump apologize on the campaign trail? One time? Ever? For anything? He was always toe-to-toe, slugging it out. Someone insults him, he gives it back. Someone is hard on him, he mocks them, he gives them a name. People say this is the end of his campaign. He can't say that about women. He can't say that about that man. He can't say that, blah, blah, blah. He can't say Mexicans are rapists, but he says it. He gets away with it. And he keeps coming back for more. Beto O'Rourke apologized profusely. Oh, yes, it was a horribly insensitive thing to say. Do you understand that if this poor young lad ever got the nomination, that President Trump would eat his lunch? He would eat his lunch. Beto O'Rourke doesn't have the killer instinct. Beto O'Rourke has too many little whacked out portions of the Democrat Party. Oh, you poor little baby. Are you hurt because someone said something unkind about the transgenders? He is going to be tormented by his own. And he doesn't have the stomach for it. He doesn't know how to be a fighter. He's coming out saying, I'm a capitalist. Woo! Woohoo! But we still need the Green New Deal. So he's trying to appease the Ocasio-Cortez rabble inside the Democrat Party. Make no mistake, they're not a wing. They're a rabble. He's trying to appease the social democrat rabble inside the party that is in the middle of boarding the boat. But if the more he apologizes, the more people smell blood. And the more sharks smell blood, the more they attack. And that's what's going to...
It's constructive criticism. It has already made me a better candidate. Not only will I not say that again, but I'll be much more thoughtful going forward in the way that I talk about our marriage, and also the way in which I acknowledge the truth of the criticism that I have enjoyed white privilege.
Introducing Roxy Guitar. If you're a guitar or bass player, whether you play acoustic or electric, check out Roxy Guitar. I've been playing for over 40 years and seen guitar stores all over America. I've never seen a store like Roxy Guitar. Roxy Guitar has over 700 guitars in stock, over 1,500 pedals, over 200 amps. For the beginner or price-conscious buyer, there's Michael Kelly guitars. For the serious player or professional, Roxy Guitar has the finest selection of guitar lines I've ever seen. You know I love Warrior guitars. Roxy Guitar has over 100 Warriors in stock. They have Heritage, G&L, Gretsch, John Sears, BC Rich, Duesenberg, Dean, legendary guitars at great prices, including pre-owned Gibsons, Fenders, and more. Let them know you heard about Roxy Guitar from Randall Terry and receive 10% or more off your purchase on select items. Go to roxyguitar.com.
Welcome back, friend. Some of you might remember a little phenomenon called the Tea Party. We are enjoying a Tea Party president. Make no mistake about it. Go back to 2014. Eric Cantor was the Republican House Majority Leader, and he was defeated in a primary by a Tea Party candidate. And it shocked the political world. Stunning fall. Nancy Pelosi has a similar, not in content, but in form, tiger by the tail. She has problems. And the face of her problem is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who in a closed-door meeting recently, where things got contentious, threatened Democrat leaders and people who have been holding on to seats for a long time, threatened them with primaries. Now, behind closed doors, when Nancy and other old-time Democrat leaders are together, they're saying things like, who the hell does this little girl think she is? Who does she think she is? And they're mocking her. Behind closed doors, they know she's stupid. They know she's an idiot. All right? She really is not a smart woman. She's dumb. The problem is this. Her election and the election of a bunch of other social democrats and far left lunatics has emboldened and embrazened a very ignorant yet active part of the Democrat Party. They are a rabble. They are a mob. They are an ideological mob. They're an ideological rabble, a philosophical rabble. They don't know what they believe. And the very fact that we're watching Venezuela melt down because of socialism, and then half of the young voters just recently polled, this poll just came out in the last week, half of young people say they want to live in a socialist nation. So there's a reason, Nancy, that 16-year-olds should not vote. You did hear about that, right? Nancy Pelosi recently floated the idea that the voting age in America should be reduced to 16 years old. Can you think back to some of the stupid things you were saying and doing when you were 16? I mean, Beto O'Rourke was writing a sci-fi, some type of a dark thing about running over children, killing them, and feeling the exhilaration of having run over these children. But I digress. So we have this rabble that was a part of unseating Democrat incumbents in 7 Democrat safe seats. Right? These are seats that are safe for Democrats, but in the primary, they were taken out. There's a very low voter turnout. So behind closed doors, here's the problem that Nancy and her colleagues are facing. On the one hand, they need the energy, they need the enthusiasm of people who want to get out the vote, who want to retain the House in 2020, who want to take back the Senate in 2020 for the Democrats, and who want to win the White House in 2020. It's going to be a massive undertaking that's, frankly, far-fetched. But nevertheless, they need it, or at least to hold the House. So they need those foot soldiers. They need the youth. They need the enthusiasm. The problem is that rabble, that mob, does not march to the beat of Nancy Pelosi's drum. They're going to do what they want. They're going to do what the Social Democrats tell them. They're going to do what Ocasio-Cortez tells them to do after she's told what to tell them what to do. She's going to read a line. Here's where we're going, kids. Here's where we're going, people. We're going to mobilize America in a way that hasn't been seen since the World War II, and we're going to bring about peace and social justice and gender equality and a Green New Deal. She's going to be screaming these slogans, or saying them sweetly and politely, and the rabble is going to follow her. The problem for Nancy is if the rabble and Ocasio-Cortez and the Social Democrats target Nancy, what happens? If they target other stalwarts in the Democrat Party, then what happens? Yes, Nancy Pelosi has two options. One is allow her friends and lifetime colleagues to be devoured by the mob, by the cannibals inside the Democrat Party, or she has to turn her guns on Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Now, it gets even worse right now. A month, 6 weeks ago, Ocasio-Cortez's approval ratings, she's already being polled. Her approval ratings were, I don't know, in the high 20s or low 30s. Forgive me, but her negatives were fairly low. In a 30-day window, her positives went up a little bit, but her negatives jumped up to 41% of Americans have a negative attitude about her. So the more press she gets, the more people hear her dumb ideas, the more blowback there is. And the Republicans are licking their chops because they want to make Ocasio-Cortez the poster child of the Democrat Party. If you want the Republicans to take back the House, all you got to do is put Ocasio-Cortez, her quotes, her Green New Deal, and then Nancy Pelosi looking old and tired. And then people are going to say, you know, we don't want this rabble. We don't want this mob running the House of Representatives. And they're going to lose the House. So what does Nancy do? Nancy can't have her fingerprints on a political takedown. They have to, here's what's going to happen. Actually, let me take a break, and I'll tell you how they're going to take Ocasio-Cortez out, or how they're going to try to take her out. Okay? Don't go away.
I also want to speak tonight directly to Muslims throughout the world. We respect your faith. Its teachings are good and peaceful. And those who commit evil in the name of Allah blaspheme the name of Allah.
We have reaffirmed again and again that the United States is not and never will be at war with Islam. Islam teaches peace.
Islam is a religion of peace. They are not Muslims, they are monsters.
We've been told that Muslim terrorists have hijacked the peaceful religion of Islam. But Islamic art and literature tell a very different story. To know the truth, we only have to study the narrative of the founder of Islam, Muhammad, in his own words.
Welcome back, friend. All right. How is Nancy Pelosi going to take Ocasio-Cortez out, yet keep her, and yet browbeat her into some level of political submission? Well, the first thing is they have to talk to the organ grinder and not the monkey. Okay? Ocasio-Cortez is the monkey. She's the puppet. The organ grinder are the leaders of the Social Democrats. Okay? Bunch of left-wing, very aggressive, very articulate, fairly demonized, fairly evil people who are self-consciously setting out to create a socialist world in America with perversion, hedonism, theft of wealth, and the Green New Deal. So they're going to have a quiet meeting or two or three. They might even have President Obama or Michelle Obama get aside with some of the leaders of the Social Democrats and the puppet masters and the organ grinders of Ocasio-Cortez and company, okay? They're going to meet with them, and they're going to say, hey, look, we love what you guys have done. This is amazing. The thing is, if we really want to keep the House and really want to take the Senate and really want to get the White House, we've all got to work together. And we need to just tone a few things down. We need to get along. Let's not eat our own. Let's not eat our young. Let's go after Republicans. Now, it's probably not going to work because the Social Democrat mindset is that while it was cool that Obama was president, he worked with the Republicans. He didn't do what he was going to say, what he was going to do for green and for renewable energy. He did not close Guantanamo Bay. He said nasty things about Muslims from time to time. They're going to have a list of how Obama was a compromiser, a part of the establishment. And as the host of The Young Turks said, I don't remember his name, but he said, the Democrats built a boat. We're going to board it. We're going to take it over. Okay? They don't want to get along. They don't give a rat's behind about Nancy Pelosi inviting them to lunch. So they're going to send some people to talk to the puppet masters of Ocasio-Cortez. And the problem is they're probably not going to get along. The puppet masters are going to say, sorry, it's not who we are. We don't care about getting along with you because you're the problem. They're going to get in the face of any high-level people that come to them and try and calm them down. Then the option becomes contain them or go to open war. Now, if they go along to get along, it would involve a sellout of their principles or somebody convincing them, yeah, you can have these 3 or 4 pieces of red meat. We'll surrender these members of the House to you. We'll have these people resign. Here's some open seats that are coming up, and we will let you run your candidates, and we'll fund your candidates. It's going to be negotiations. It's going to be chess. But if they won't go along, if the Social Democrats and the lunatic left rabble of the party, the Ocasio-Cortez rabble, won't go along, they will decide how to have somebody take her out politically. They will set her up to look like a fool, to teach her a lesson. They'll do it over and over and over because at that point, they recognize that Ocasio-Cortez could take them all down. If the Republicans are successful in just compiling the list of stupid things that Ocasio has said, stupid, and showing the danger that H.R. 1 has for the United States, for business, for families, for American prosperity, then if Ocasio-Cortez is not quiet, then the Democrats are going to lose the House. They're going to get trounced in the bid for the White House, and the Democrats are going to look even more like idiots than they already look now. So it's not the Republicans who are scrambling. They have their other issues. Their issue is cowardice and treachery. The Democrats' issue is that the rabble, the mob that has the energy right now, it's made up of stupid people. Really stupid people who don't know how to play nice with others, who don't know how to win political battles and to build bridges. They know how to board a vessel. They know how to use a primary to go after weak candidates. But what's going to happen if they won't play nice, the Democrats are going to spend them into oblivion.
What Would Mohammed Do? Islamic Terrorism Explained is the best movie series documentary ever produced on the life of Muhammad and Islam. How do I know? Because it's what critics are saying. John Moore, radio host and author, said, "I learned more from What Would Mohammed Do about Islam and Islamic terrorism than I've learned from everything I ever read and watched in my entire life." Best-selling author Dr. Bill Warner said, "What Would Mohammed Do is the best movie series, TV production on the life of Muhammad and Islamic terrorism that has ever been produced." Friends, this is what the experts are saying. No one has ever done what we've done. I encourage you to get 1, 2, 4 copies. Call 304-289-3700. That's 304-289-3700, or order it at the address or the website that you see on the screen. Introducing Roxy Guitar. If you're a guitar or bass player, whether you play acoustic or electric, check out Roxy Guitar. I've been playing for over 40 years and seen guitar stores all over America. I've never seen a store like Roxy Guitar. Roxy Guitar has over 700 guitars in stock, over 1,500 pedals, over 200 amps. For the beginner or price-conscious buyer, there's Michael Kelly guitars. For the serious player or professional, Roxy Guitar has the finest selection of guitar lines I've ever seen. You know I love Warrior guitars. Roxy Guitar has over 100 Warriors in stock. They have Heritage, G&L, Gretsch, John Sears, BC Rich, Duesenberg, Dean, legendary guitars at great prices, including pre-owned Gibsons, Fenders, and more. Let them know you heard about Roxy Guitar from Randall Terry and receive 10% or more off your purchase on select items. Go to roxyguitar.com.
Christopher Steele is the British spy who put together the dossier, the fake dossier against President Trump when President Trump was a candidate. In a deposition recently, it came out that one of the sources he used for his fake dossier was a citizen journalist at CNN. Just something that someone posted, an anonymous post. And he's using a false accusation from an anonymous post in his dossier. And he said, oh, he didn't realize it was from a non-journalist. He's lying under his, he's just a liar. This whole thing against President Trump was built on lies. All right, let's switch gears. I want to show you the clip of how and why I lost my voice in front of the national headquarters of the USCCB. I give you the Devil and Tim Kaine.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you one of the greatest senators in the United States, a man whose hands are stained with blood, Senator Tim Kaine. I am a Catholic. Yes, stop smiling. You were an altar boy. I pray. Yes, you serve the poor. All of them. Yes, we need more blood, Senator. More blood. Yes, yes, yes. Do the black babies. Yes, do the version. This Ku Klux Klan, you're serving. Ah, yes. One more. We need blood, Senator. Yes, yes. Kneel before me. I swear by all that is dark that I shall do everything in my power to see the Catholics elect men such as this with the permission of their bishops. Rise before me. What is your vow? I promise abortion till the day of birth. Yes. Thank you, bishops. Thank you for your silence.
Friend, if you believe in what we're doing, we've got more trips coming up. We're going to go to Iowa soon. Yes, we're taking this show to Iowa. I ask you, please, go to our website, randallterry.com, make a contribution, or call the phone number that you see on your screen. For a gift of any size, we'll send you the new Norma McCorvey movie, A Cold Day in Hell, and it's got some great bonuses on it. Whatever you do, please pray for us and please support us. God bless you.
Thank you.